Hello, Lions fans, and welcome back to our next Lions Lowdown segment as we preview the 2014-15 Molloy College women's basketball season with head coach Kate Lynch. Kate, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, let's begin as we always do with last year's performance. It was your first season at Molloy, and your team finished 14-14 and 11-9 in the East Coast Conference. You guys reached the first round of the ECC postseason tournament before falling to NYIT. How can your team build off of last year's success heading into this season?
We started playing really well at the end of the season last year. We lost to a really good, tough NYIT team, but we fought to the very last second. That kind of confidence we've carried over from our postseason into our summer and into our preseason this year. So we're confident that we can win more games. We're together. Everybody's bought in. We're on the same page. We know what our goal is at the end of the season.
How different was going into this preseason compared to last, with you now having a year at Molloy under your belt?
It's much easier. I think anytime you're taking over a program, there's always going to be some ups and some downs. You're getting to know the players, and how to coach them specifically. So it's a lot easier this preseason. We know what to expect of each one of our players. They know what to expect of the coaching staff and what we want them to do on and off the court. So in that regard, it's much easier in your second year.
All right, Kate, let's talk about your roster now. We don't have to go one by one hitting each player, but please give the Lions fans a few players, as many as you would like, on who to watch out for this season.
I want to say all of us. We are a pretty deep team, like we were last year. We've noticed in our first two scrimmages that we can play 10, 11 players, and when we get to the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 player, there's no letdown in effort. There's no letdown in defensively or offensively. So I think that's a really good weapon to have for us. To know that we can play that many players and still have success. So we're really looking forward to that. I mean, when it comes down to it, we have a senior-laden team. We have 5 seniors, 5 returners who had a year under their belt, with the new coaching staff, which is nice. They're really driven. They really want to end their careers on a really high note. And I think we've got underclassmen who understand that, who respect that as well.
All right, and you just mentioned the upperclassmen on your team. Can you please talk about the 2 newcomers you have this year? Maybe fans, haven't seen them yet. Freshman Shannon Barrett, as well as sophomore transfer Maggie Salamone.
Shannon Barrett was a great pickup for us. 5'10", lefty. She can shoot the ball really well. She comes from a great high school program in Christ the King, so she's a very disciplined, fundamental player. And we're really looking forward to seeing her grow as a player because she's really shown some really positive things to us on and off the floor. So we're really, really excited for the years to come with Shannon. With Maggie, I think she dropped about 35 points on us last season at Mercy. Anytime you pick up a player who is 5th in the conference in scoring as a freshman, you're getting a tough, hard-nosed, gritty player, who can shoot the basketball. And we're just excited. We think they really fit into our family really well.
And Coach, going back to your comment about having a bunch of seniors on your team, how much does that junior year going into senior year help them in their growth and development?
It's interesting because when you're a junior in your mind you still have one more year left, but when you're a senior, and we've kind of nailed this into our senior class and some of our underclassmen, this is it. We talk about what legacy they want to leave as a senior class, and the maturity level from your junior and senior year is completely different. And I think each one of our 5 seniors has grown. It certainly seems like they've talked to each other over the summer. They're on the same page. They all want the same exact thing. We're looking to them for their leadership, and they've really given it to us, this preseason.
All right, Coach, what are your expectations for this year?
I expect us to play hard all the time. I expect us to execute well. I expect us to listen. Everybody wants to win a championship, and that's our goal. That's always been our goal and always will be our goal. But we're a big attention to detail type of team, so our expectations are laid out clearly for them. It's what we want from them, and we're really looking forward to what we can do.
Kate, which teams are you looking out for this year in that very competitive East Coast Conference?
From top to bottom, it's going to be tough. I mean, Post is always going to be Post. They're always very athletic. They're well coached. NYT is great. UDC is great. Even from, I think it's difficult to actually rate teams, from top to bottom because, Damon's got a couple great players too. They're going to shoot the ball well. I mean, for us, it's matchups, and for us, defensively, we really got to kind of to lock in and make sure that every single game we're on our stuff. Because if you're not, in a conference like the ECC, a bottom team can beat a quote-unquote top team, or a middle team can, beat a number one team. So you really got to come into every single game with, focus and bring your A game.
Thanks again, Kate. We really appreciate the insight. That was Kate Lynch, head women's basketball coach here at Molloy College. As we mentioned before, the Lions begin their 2014-15 season on Saturday, November 15th, when they take on Southern Connecticut State University in the University of Bridgeport Women's Basketball Classic, beginning at 1 p.m. Fans, you can always find links to live stats and broadcasts, as well as recaps, box scores, news, notes, and analysis for your women's basketball program by logging on to MolloyLions.com. Best of luck this year, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Lions fans, we are now joined by senior guard Nicole Arnone and senior forward Taylor Kenney as we continue our women's basketball season preview. Nicole, Taylor, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Nicole, let's start with you. What have you guys been up to during this preseason? Can you take us a day inside the life of a member of the Molloy women's basketball team, please?
Well, I have to say I was very impressed with the way the team came in this preseason. We worked hard over the summer, which was great because we came in shape. We worked very hard, I have to say. We were in the weight room a lot, 3 days a week, and we would have 6 a.m.s on the track, doing a lot of running, a lot of sprinting, a lot of skill building. We're really focused on our offense and our defense. Looks like we're coming along really great.
All right, great. And Taylor, going into your senior year at Molloy, what do you expect of you and your teammates this upcoming season?
I just expect that we all stay together. We work hard every single day in practice and games, and just stick to what the coaches are telling us to do. We have such a deep bench this year that we could literally put any group of people in at any time, and there's no letdown in games, and I really think that's an advantage that we have.
All right, back to Nicole. You ranked second on the squad last year in points. With Kelly Guerrero gone due to graduation, what expectations do you put on yourself to be one of the main offensive weapons for this team?
I already knew losing Kelly was going to be a really, big hole in our team. But I knew coming into this year that I personally have to step up. I have to, whatever I did last year, I know is not good enough. I'm going to have to, take a double-double and bump up my numbers, really try to go to the basket, attack the rim, and rebound like I always do. And I'm sure the rest of the team will pick up the slack. Now that Kelly's gone, we have a lot more people who can contribute, which I think is going to help us out a lot. And I know that whatever's left on the court, I'm going to have to scrap it up.
All right, and last one for Taylor. What does your team need to do to take that next step in this very competitive East Coast Conference?
Like I said, just stay together, work hard. I already said it. We have such a deep bench. We all work so hard, and it's just, it seems so easy. But we just need to do a little bit more than what we did last year, and I think we'll be fine.
All right, that was Nicole Arnone and Taylor Kenney, seniors on the Molloy women's basketball team.